The crossing in itself being quite a big event, spending that amount of time at the helm alone, listening to the wind and watching the sun rise and set was pretty magical. After a few days of pampering the autopilot, blow drying it, massaging it and talking to it, she finally decided to play ball. This is our autopilot that we've just covered up with about 45 different layers of stuff, doing its thing. Good work, Auto. Best on ground. Best on boat by a mile, actually. So we just got the autopilot dry and working, and that night is the biggest downpour I have ever seen. The lightning lit the sky like daylight for what seemed like an eternity as I sat faithfully by the autopilot, shielding it with my very own wet weather jacket. We were able to, on that night, with just our hands, guide 200 litres of water into the aft tank, filling it up in about 15 to 20 minutes.
So tomorrow is halfway day. We've come nearly 1,500 nautical miles since the Galapagos. And yeah, it's been a pretty good trip so far. We're all getting along. It's a bit of a different trip, a lot different to the Atlantic crossing. Time's going very quickly, like the Atlantic crossing did, but it just feels different. We haven't caught a fish since the tuna, unfortunately. I'm waiting for a mahi-mahi, but we haven't got one yet. We've got both the lures out and nothing. We're nearly out of fresh food. We've got a few apples left and potatoes and onions, and most of the stuff in the fridge is nearly finito, so we're on to canned food now, which isn't the worst. We've got a heap of canned veggies and spinach and stuff like that, so I just spice it up a little bit. I guess something else I could tell you would be I've done a few things by myself on the boat on this trip that I've never done by myself before. A few little things that really made me feel like a sailor. I've learnt a lot more about the ocean on this trip and a lot more about the boat, so I'm very happy.
Chaos when the captain's in bed. Especially with Dad. Well done, Dad. The camera doesn't really do it justice, Dad, but how do you rate that in terms of surreal looking sunsets?
Absolutely top of the water, mate. Magnificent.
Seen anything like it?
Possibly not. I've seen some good ones, but that is very, very spectacular.
I'm absolutely losing it over here.
Hello everyone, it's about day 12 or 13 of our trip. We've had some ups and downs, as you know, but overall I must say I'm having a wonderful time eating out here in the cockpit at night with the waves rushing past, the wind in the, well I was going to say in the hair, but there's not much of that, and eating lovely food. It's like camping out in the bush in Australia every night. It's absolutely wonderful. I can recommend it to everyone.
What goes on first? Probably mushrooms. Cheese. No, cheese goes on last.
We're making pizzas for halfway day.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, me too. How does it feel cooking in my kitchen rails?
I hate it. I don't know how you do it.
Never.
I honestly, I can't stand it.
Yes, you're a marvel in that kitchen.
one can go in though.
Nah, two. You like that one on top.
What a woman.
There you go.
She is
Do you guys want
professional.
little plates or is that okay?
That's lovely.
Nah,
like
that's
that.
fine.
Alright, you really want to hold on to this because I think it's going to go
I'll
sliding.
guard it with my
I
life.
have never been more excited in my life.
There's another one. Dig in. Alright, cheers to halfway day.
Cheers to happy halfway. Who's this girl?
She's gone to a hospital.
They're going to fire me.
No, nobody's gonna find you. I bet you let you down.
Yay!
That's a good little fish.
What do you think?
It is amazing. Wahoo's the good gear, I reckon.
It is, yeah. It's day 16 of the crossing and I underestimated how many books I would read. I downloaded about 12 on the Kindle and I've read them all. So now I'm reading David Foster Wallace. Australia's got about 50 books on board. I understand nothing. You know you're extremely bored when you find doing the washing the most exciting event of your day. We were only halfway across the Pacific Ocean and I had accidentally read all the books and listened to all the podcasts that were supposed to last me the trip. I was struggling to find new things to do each day to keep myself busy.
Some of the things I used to fill in my day was a bit of exercise, and it was a real highlight to be able to call some of my friends back home on the satellite phone.
Close to 100 points.
Right, wow, okay. Sydney beat Collingwood by 100 points, Dad. That's a peace length.
I'm really excited. I hope she answers.
Hi.
Hello, Kayla. Guess who it is?
What?
It's Elayna.
Elayna! Are you kidding me?
Guess
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Guess where I am?
Oh my God, where are you?
I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Well, I'm not in the middle anymore, but... So a few weeks before the crossing, Riley and I purchased a sat phone. This one is an Iridium Go. A, because Mum wasn't too keen on the idea of being out of touch with me for 20 to 30 days, not knowing if I was okay. And B, because we can download the weather via Predict Wind, so we can get the weather forecast, which has been really helpful. And yeah, it's been really cool talking to my friends and family and doing a bit of work via email out at sea. It's made a world of difference. One morning the wind really picked up, which would be sure to keep us on our toes for a while. How are you going, Riley?
I didn't sleep very well last night, but it's certainly woken me up. Going some pretty good speed.
We are. What about you?
Oh, I'm a bit concerned I'm coming to the end of the book. I'm going to have to find another one.
Uh-oh. What are you reading?
Tim Cope on the Trials of Genghis Khan.
That's a good book, isn't it?
It is indeed.
So this is lots for dinner tonight. Pretty slim pickings towards the end of the trip, but I'm sure you'll do something fantastic with that.
I will, I promise. All we've been eating is carbs lately, so if there's anyone at home with a vegetable nearby, please eat it for me.
What do you reckon, Dad? Pretty fierce conditions?
Yes, it's been pretty rugged all day. Some quite big waves, and we've done a few corkscrews down the sides of big waves, which is a bit disconcerting, but nevertheless the old Vagabonde is handling things pretty well, I think.
Powering on?
Absolutely.
She's a good old duck.
She is. 8 knots an hour, you've got to be happy with that.
I feel really bad. It looks like prison food. For the next few days, we couldn't catch a break in the weather. It blew a steady 15 to 20 knots on a beam with some awful swell on the side, which meant the Vagabonde was rocking around like anything.
And then here's poor old Elayna cooking dinner in these awful conditions. There you go, I've got you in focus now. What's happening?
Spaghetti carbonara is what's happening.
Brilliant.
Got it all on the stove now. All I have to do is just watch it and make sure nothing slides off.
Well, don't you get burnt.
I shall not.
I think I've got seawater on the lens again.
There's seawater in the food, there's seawater in my hair.
Oh.
You alright?
Yeah.
There's seawater everywhere. I think today, if we keep this up, the speed, and if the wind sticks, we'll end up going about 190 nautical miles today, is that right?
Yeah, we went 47 in 6 hours. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 7, 14, 21, 28.
We have literally been flying.
We should get there a day early.
Pretty excited. I hope it calms down for night time at least. We'll get some sleep. No?
No, I want to get there.
Canister sprayed with a big wave and that spilled all over me, and then what was left in the pot went on me too.
The double whammy. Okay, well, let's get cleaned up. Let's sort things out. Oh, shit, rolling.
I feel like a bit of a sook, but I did just get burnt, so I'm allowed to cry. I'm not badly burnt, but it got everywhere. All over the pillows, all over the couch, nearly got on the laptop. Riley came rushing downstairs like I've never seen him move before. He was slipping all over the floor. I think I scared him to death. Imagine living in your house. It's a very small house. Let's say it's a 1-bedroom apartment. And it's just moving all the time. I knew this trip was going to be hard. Or a challenge mentally and physically. We've only got 4 days to go. So I've nearly made it without anything too bad. But I just want to stop moving for a second. First world problems. Could be worse. At least the boat's not sinking.
Join us next time as we make landfall in the Marquesas Islands, after Riley makes us stop the whole boat to dive a random rock. We take our first few steps on land, restock and relax.
She flows, she holds herself to the rhythm that the wind blows.
Okay. So a lot of people that aren't sailors probably get the impression from our videos that it's romantic or probably in particular easy, which it definitely isn't. We get, when we come across fellow sailors, they're like, why don't you film the tough times? Like, where's all the bad stuff? Where's all the tough times? And I suppose that's when you least feel like pulling out the camera. So I came running down the stairs. Elayna was just covered in boiling hot water. The last thing I'm going to be doing is grabbing a camera. The same with Dad. Really burnt his hand. We got not much of that on film. Like the blisters that he got from that were really bad. Also, he put his knee out twice. And yeah, we just don't get that stuff on camera. I don't think that anyone that does a crossing like the Atlantic or the Pacific, you're going to get something out of it, and it's going to be a significant event in your life for sure, and it's going to be probably really good fun. But it doesn't mean that it's not tough, and it doesn't mean that like there's a lot of hard work that goes into it as well, which we might not sort of convey very well. And yeah, I feel like I should probably let a few people know.